Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Renée-Suzanne. We are here on another October day to share some music together. Music I've never heard before. Yes, I know who the Rolling Stones are, but I have never heard their song Sympathy for the Devil. This is the official lyric video and I am eager to jump right in to see what it sounds like and what I think. Okay, I'm going to stop right here. So apparently we're going to see lyrics written on a wall, but I want to start over again just so I can hear really well the kind of beat that's going on here. I think I hear drums and kind of a rattle sound. Seems very South American to me. I don't know if that was an influence on this song or on the Rolling Stones at all, but or why they chose this, at least the initial sound.
Allow me to introduce myself. I'm a man of wealth and taste.
Okay.
I've been around for a long, long year. Stole many a man's soul of faith.
Okay, so he's speaking from the devil's point of view.
I was around when Jesus Christ had his moment of doubt and pain. Made damn sure the pilot washed his hands and sealed his face.
Biblical references.
Pleased to meet you. Hope you guessed my name. But what's puzzling you is the nature of my game.
Okay, and now we've added some piano to it, and not only a biblical reference, but discussing what's puzzling you is the nature of my game, which, speaking, I guess, spiritually or religiously, the belief that the devil is elusive, a liar, and people are not always aware of what the devil, or whatever your word is for evil and the devil, actually is. They don't always recognize it for what it is, and sometimes not ever, or maybe until hindsight. Let's go back just a little bit.
Pleased to meet you. Hope you guessed my name.
Introducing himself.
But what's puzzling you is the nature of my game. Stuck around St. Petersburg when I saw it was a time for a change. Killed the Tsar and his ministers. Anastasia screamed in vain.
Oh wow, so now we're referencing Russian history and the famous czars that were overthrown. I believe it's Princess Anastasia that was also killed. So kind of listing off some of the things he was around for and that he intervened in.
I rode a tank, held a generous rank when the blitzkrieg raged and the bodies stank.
Oh, the Jewish. Wow. And this was released in in 68. I heard it was maybe written. Was it written sooner than that? Who wrote it? Did they write it for themselves? Do you know? Because I'm feeling like time periods are important here. He's speaking of a lot of historical time periods and historical events, starting with biblical times and then moving forward. And the Blitzkrieg was about the German side of World War II and the Holocaust.
Rode a tank, held a generous rank when the blitzkrieg raged and the bodies the nature of my game. Oh yeah. I watch with glee while your kings and queens fought for 10 decades for the gods they made. I shouted out, who killed the Kennedys?
Oh wow, we've really jumped way forward in time now. Somewhere right around the time that supposedly this was put out. Did he say Kennedy? Who killed Kennedy or who killed the Kennedys? Let's go back.
I shouted out, who killed the Kennedys?
Okay, yeah, so John F. Kennedy was killed in 1963, and his brother Robert F. Kennedy, I believe, in sometime in 1968. So the same year this song came out.
I shouted out, who killed the Kennedys? When after all, it was you and me.
Oh, when after all, it was you and me. Getting like getting people to do his bidding.
I shouted out, who killed the Kennedys? When after all, it was you and me. Let me please introduce myself. I'm a man of wealth and taste. I lay traps for troubadours who get killed before they reach Bombay.
Wow.
Pleased to meet you. Hope you get my name. Oh yeah. But what's puzzling you is the nature of my game. Oh yeah. Get down in it.
Wow. Okay, so like I started off with, the underlying sound being those hand drums and that rattle, that has continued through the whole thing, and the piano picked up, and now we're having some guitar influence in here as well. And it's a faster paced song. It doesn't sound instrumentally of being dark and sinister. It's kind of a contradiction with the lyrics they're having us go back and remember. And I suppose that's in and of itself, quote unquote, the nature of his game, that there's a little good or a little bad in everything. And I remember being told as a child too that, you know, the devil will tell you 3 truths just to get you to believe the 4th one, which is a lie. Huh. Very, very interesting songwriting, very interesting way to get this point across. And I was not alive in the 60s. I know it was a time of a lot of political tension, a lot of societal tension, a lot of racial tension, not just in this country, but also in other parts of the world. I know the Rolling Stones are not from America, they're from the UK, but also they reference things from Russia, etc. That almost hurts. See, and that guitar solo almost hurts. It's like on the verge of screeching, you know, like nails, where it does feel sinister, being played over the top of woo woo, which, you know, a very common sound, I think, from back in the 60s. And that, you know, in the more upbeat instrumentals. Oh, this is, I don't know, guys, this is kind of creeping me out.
Pleased to meet you. Hope you get my name. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
But what's confusing you is just the nature of my game. Yeah. Just as every cop
contradictions again. Every cop is a criminal, every sinner is a saint. And to just call him Lucifer, he names himself then because he's in need of some restraint. What stands out to me is that call him by who he is and recognize him for who he is and for the things he's trying to do or has done. Otherwise, he won't be able to be restrained and held back. He'll just be able to perpetrate evil at will if people do not recognize that there is good and evil. Wow, this is a song of a lot of contradictions, but yet a lot of truths. And even that they've made it to where it's something like you want to kind of move to and whatever, because they wanted to sell the song. They wanted it to be popular and remind people, I suppose, of good and evil.
So if you meet me, have some courtesy, have some sympathy, and some taste.
Really?
Use all your well-learned qualities, or I'll lay your soul to waste.
Wow. Wow. So if you meet me,
have some courtesy, have some sympathy, and some taste.
Sympathy and some taste.
Use all your well-learned qualities, or I'll lay your soul to waste. Yeah. Nice to meet you. Hope you get my name. Yeah. But what's puzzling you is the nature of my game. Mean it. Get down.
Even for the subject matter here, I am impressed with the songwriting, the angle that they came from the devil's point of view, and the semi-ambiguous ways that they would state certain things, but then state other things from history, even biblical history, pretty straightforwardly. This song is just, it feels like it's just all about contradictions. The good and the bad, good and evil, and music, yet lyrics that are heavy and perhaps objectionable even to some people. And then to title it Sympathy for the Devil, like, that's the part that's confusing me. What is the sympathy they're asking people to have for the devil? If you know, or if you have theories, let me know too. I don't know when the Rolling Stones put themselves together as a band, so how early was Sympathy for the Devil in their career? I'd like to know that as well. I am going to go make myself my own homemade pumpkin spice coffee and enjoy the rest of my day, and I hope you do too. So until I see you next time, my friends, it is goodbye, but it is only goodbye for now.